All right, everybody. Welcome back to the PRPL Podcast. This is your host, Austin Isaac. Hope you're doing all right out there today. The FIFA World Cup has just kicked off. It is once again Friday Eve for us and back home Sunday. So the U.S. will have played. Hopefully we will have won. Not a lot of hype surrounding this team, but nonetheless, the World Cup is a fun time and a good time to root on the great U.S. of A. We got a good one for you. This is not my pick. It is my co-host, Mike Fletcher's pick. That is Tombstone. And I feel like that's just how you have to say it for some reason. The way it just comes out. But a fun one. My first time watching it, so we'll discuss that a little bit. Griff, I'm sure you've seen it over the years with your father as well. But let's do this right quick before we get too far in here. The Sad Sacks are back, baby, with a brand new episode of the PRPL Podcast. This time reviewing the 1993 Western classic Tombstone, starring Kurt Russell alongside Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott, and Bill Paxton. And once again, a whole gang of cowboys. No cowgirls, but some ladies around as well. But a very full cast, I would say, in this one. Join us, as always, as we discuss our favorite characters, scenes, themes, and things, and answer the eternal question, the most important one, the hammer, what we'll be discussing at the end of this episode. So make sure you stick around. Don't cut out early. You're going to miss the best part. Is this movie better with Nicolas Cage? Formal welcoming, my colleagues, my good friends, my family. Griffin, Mike Fletcher, how we doing?
Hey, Dad. I think instead of having Val Kilmer do all of his monologues in the movie, we could have just let Austin do it. What do you think?
I think he could do it.
Is that the new question? Is this movie better with Austin Isaac, the host of the PRPL Podcast?
Griffin,
Podcast.
I'm going to say this. If you have not seen this guy's Lucille reel,
I think I had his mustache at one point.
He friggin' kills it. It's by far his funniest one, and he's pulled off some killer ones. So, hats. I do have a hat. Hats off to you, Austin.
You guys provided some of the juice.
Lucille.
I'm just repurposing the juice.
It's kind of like laughing at your own joke. But, man, when I heard you this morning, I was dying, man. I mean, I watched it early, and I'm like, way to go, Austin. That's some funny stuff.
Well, it's the tale of two. What is it? The Tale of Two Tales? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, that's
because on YouTube that thing has 0 views because the algorithm just decided to kill it. Crazy. Maybe we're not allowed to talk about Lucille and her yabos on YouTube for whatever reason, even though it'll feed you all the ass.
Even though everybody else is,
it'll feed you all the ass you can possibly find there, but not for us. Whatever.
Not for us.
Instagram loved it though. A lot of love on Instagram. So. Follow us on IG. Also subscribe on YouTube. We're almost there. 99.
Come on, baby. That's all we need.
We need one
Ferris
more.
Bueller's Day Off came out today, 40 years ago as well, I think. So 9 times. Whoa. You guys know that reference?
We need one more.
Rooney?
Push it up.
Principal Rooney?
Yes.
Well, all right, Mike, give us something here. Tell us
Austin,
about this movie.
I've got to tell you. So back in the 90s, this came out in 93, Tombstone. So it was kind of quirky at the time because we had Tombstone and then we had Wyatt Earp came out in 94. Right. So I just remember, in the 90s going, what the hell is going on? Why this big push? Come to find out some interesting facts on this movie. I want to say this. Tombstone is great. Wyatt Earp is fantastic as well. They're both great. The actor in Wyatt Earp was Kevin Costner. He was actually supposed to have been Wyatt Earp in Tombstone, by the way, but he wanted more authentic and he wanted more hands-on with Wyatt Earp. So
I don't think didn't like Wyatt Earp the movie. It didn't perform very well, did it? I think Tombstone actually outperformed Wyatt Earp. Austin,
that's what I read.
Yes, and that's exactly right.
This came out before it.
Yes, this was 93. The other one was 94. But I'll say this, the Wyatt Earp, everybody watched it on video. When it came out on video, everybody wanted to see it. Another Doc Holliday performance by Dennis Quaid. He was absolutely, it's a different type of performance. It's not as funny, but it's down and dirty, raw. Dennis Quaid puts on one hell of a show. I would challenge you guys to watch that one as well. I think you'll
if you guys recall, Wyatt Earp is also the movie that Michael Madsen chose to do instead of Pulp Fiction in the Vincent Vega role that John Travolta ended up taking Pulp Fiction. So kind of funny how some movies we've covered are overlapping, because Pulp Fiction, of course, is 94 as well. So recording or filming around the same time there, or the same time there. Keep on rocking, Mikey.
Wow.
Okay, a couple other things, guys. This is the most quoted Western ever. Hands down, I'll debate anybody, argue with anybody. Something that's really special, and I don't know if you all picked up on this, but Robert Mitchum does the narrating. His voice, that big, that big voice of his. Gosh damn it,
it's sounded very good for sure.
He sounded so great.
Cowboys.
Yes. And guys, I'm going to start with one scene. I've got to do this. But the introduction of the movie, when you see them shoot down those Mexicans, and he shoots down the couple that just got married, and then they shoot the priest, and you see the one fella, he's trying to interpret what he said, and he goes, "No, you see Johnny Ringo come in the screen, Michael Bain. He comes in, he says something to the effect of, 'Hey, no, you bonehead. That is not what he said.'"
Like your Spanish is worse than your English or something.
Yes, thank you. He's quoting the Bible, and he says it's from Revelations. "Behold, a pale horse." And if you've ever seen any of the Clint Eastwood movies, you know this line. "Behold, a pale horse. A man who sat on him was death, and hell followed with him." And then the very next scene, boys, who do you see? Oh, you see Wyatt Earp just walk out, dun, 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 dun. And then you see the horse coming up,
ready to rock.
Oh God! And I'm telling you what, man, he kicks ass in this scene.
You want me to flaunt my ignorance a little bit here?
You go right ahead.
Do it.
I was completely unaware of like the actual historical, bits of this, that this was absolutely just like a thing that happened, or at least based on those.
Oh, no kidding. Well, you know what that means?
Corral.
Wyatt Earp, the name sounded very, familiar, but it's like, I know he's a cowboy or some sort of cowboy, but
Austin, we need to go out west, and we need to go to Deadwood. We need to do all of that and just hit them all, don't we?
Do it again. Maybe we can go back to Yellowstone too.
Whoa, nice. Somebody must have just bought that for you, because I know you were too cheap to get
got a little gift.
Very nice. But no, Austin, I'm going to go right into it because I know this is going to be a long one. Austin's going to ask me what my rating. This is a 5-star movie, Austin. It does not. I've watched tons of Westerns as a kid. This is by far my favorite Western. I'm talking Rooster Cogburn. I'm talking all the John Wayne movies that I absolutely grew up loving. Yes, I love them. So this is by far. When did you see it,
Mike? You see it in theaters when it came out? Or?
I did not see this one in a theater. I did not, because at the time it was like, oh gosh, here, another Western movie. Come to find out, I watched it on DVD, and I absolutely felt, or probably VHS.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been.
I felt it was VHS, and I fell in love with it. I mean, again, this is one, Austin, that at least twice a year, I've got like 5 friends that we go back and forth on Facebook saying, why, Johnny, where do you think you're going with that? And then we just go on and on and on and do all the lines, and it's like, it will go on for an entire day of who can come up with another one. It's just a challenge. It's just so much fun.
It's a really enjoyable watch. It's nice and easy going. Yeah. You don't have to, it's not so serious in some ways. There's a good deal of corn throughout this thing, but it's almost like endearing to a degree. But it would be a very nice one to, on a Sunday morning, drinking your coffee, making your breakfast, throw on some Tombstone.
Oh, yeah.
Catch some of your favorite lines, some of your favorite scenes, all that stuff. And I can say that through, 2 viewings. I typically try to watch everything twice, or at least have it on for a second time. Let me run through a couple factuals here. Tombstone comes out December 25th of 1993. So a Christmas movie, a Christmas present. Plotline, logline, retired lawman Wyatt Earp seeks a peaceful life in the Arizona frontier town of Tombstone, but when a ruthless outlaw gang threatens the community, he and his brothers join forces with the legendary Doc Holliday for a deadly showdown that will define the Old West. And in doing some research, something about this movie is I wanted to, if I had more time, unfortunately didn't, do more of the actual historical research and everything that went down. Got to read a bit of it, but these events and these happenings very much shaped the depiction of the Wild West that we see in film. These happenings and the shoot 'em up kind of bandito-ness of these people. Banditos once again making an appearance. But this is a very recreated thing, and these events, you see it in back-to-back movies. They made it about the same character in the same basically calendar year. Maybe it was a different actual year, but right on top of each other there. Directed by George P. Cosmatos. I think there was some kind of riffraff in between directors. I think they had to kick one guy off, and then I think actually Kurt Russell credits himself to a degree for directing this thing and running the show as a ghost director, which is an interesting element. Written by Kevin Jarre. Performance and reception. Performs well at the theaters, even though you didn't go see it, Mike. Shame on you.
I know.
$25 million budget, $73.2 million at the box office. 7.8 out of 10 on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes 76%. Letterboxd 3.9 out of 5. Well received. People do like this movie. I think
no doubt.
I think this one has built up a bit of a cult following as well over the years. Some interesting tidbits about the Oscar year. This one did not get nominated. Maybe we'll ask the question of if there was one Oscar to go to anyone or anything from this movie. We'll ask that a little later. But in that year in the Oscars, we already mentioned Offscreen, Schindler's List absolutely tears it up at the Oscars that year, winning 7 out of the 12 it was nominated for. But also our boy Cool Hand Luke Jackson, Paul Newman, gets the Gene Herschel Humanitarian Award that year. So had to mention that cat coming right off our Cool Hand Luke review. Go check it out if you haven't watched that one already. So Mike's given us his review here with a 5 out of 5 stellar rating from that cat. Another one in the books is 5 out of 5, even though next week he's going to say, I never do this. I never give out 5 out of 5s. But, anyways, Griff, let's hear what you got here.
Yeah, well, like you said, Tombstone, this is another one I was raised on. Always had it going on in the background. Just one of those flicks that my dad was always like, oh, Tombstone's on. Oh, my gosh. We were really into Val Kilmer and Kurt Russell as well. So I think, that's kind of the main association I have with this movie. I think this was the first time I ever really sat down and watched it all the way through. And the truth is, I think just the dialogue is the real winner of this one. The dialogue just never stops. It's witty. It's fun. Like you said, Austin, it's kind of silly at times, a little bit corny, but it just works so well and you love it. And there are also some really nice moments of tension that I think make it a little more serious without ever making it too serious. So I really enjoyed myself. I think that if I had any sort of critique, I would just say that some of it felt like a little bit disjointed to me, or maybe just felt like it happened a little quickly. I don't know how else to say it. Yep, I think
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, the whole scene, or the whole kind of like, I suppose, the whole idea of Wyatt Earp kind of, I guess, courting Josephine and leaving behind his wife. I thought that was kind of weird. I feel like they kind of glazed over a lot of that. It's like this man's just not full on, as far as we can tell, cheating on his wife, but leaving her in the dust. Well, this is what do you have to say, Dad? Dad has to say something.
Griffin,
tell us the true story.
Griffin, she wasn't his wife.
What do you mean Maddie wasn't his wife?
She wasn't his wife.
Are you sure about that?
100%. She was just with him.
She was a common law wife, I think.
Yeah, he was not.
I thought Mary was the common law wife to Doc.
Maybe in the movie, but in
maybe.
Okay.
In my
that could be so
Wikipedia
good.
research that I read, she was his common law
Griffin,
wife, and she was also a prostitute. So,
I did hear about that.
It wasn't Mary. Her name's Kate. Her name was Her name was Big Nose Kate.
Nice. Well, fair enough. I thought that's my mistake, but I just kind of thought that maybe that felt a little bit strange to me. Did not realize that. I think my same point stands over, like, just some of the thematic elements seemed a little disjointed and kind of maybe, I don't know. I feel like some of maybe the whole like animosity between the Cowboys and the Earps was like a little bit happened a little quickly too. I don't know.
It's no
some
perfect
of the pacing.
movie. It's no perfect movie. By
some of the pacing was
it's like how did we get here from there? I think some of the things during like the big like climax of them gunning down the Earps, things get pretty silly, like the way it's handled, and like they have all the women just like standing around like screaming and like standing there, and then like someone just runs up and like shoots what's the older one's name?
Virgil.
Yeah, shoots him, and then like I don't know, that stuff like happened really like quickly and strangely, like out of nowhere, and then it was just over. They ran up and then ran out, and just the way things
like
were handled was very bizarre.
The whole vengeance at the end too, and I mean it's awesome. You know, they're on this vision quest and killing all the Cowboys, but it's just like a highlight reel, and I feel like that could have had a little bit more meat to it.
Yeah, their last charge.
Regardless, all that in mind, I think Doc Holliday, Val Kilmer's performance alone takes this movie from 3.5 range to a 4 for me. I'm going to give it a 4. And I think that's just because there is a lot of good, admittedly, there's like a lot of, if you have any sort of want for a machismo, there's quite a bit of it. And some of it's pretty fun. You know what I mean? So like, I think some of just the guns blazing is really cool. And Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday is just spectacular. So 4 for me.
I think this movie excels in like individual scenes and with the characters, but as like a full cohesive piece, loses some of the sightline at times and gets a little off base. But I think another place where it excels entirely, and maybe the number one thing about this movie is just vibes. It does the cowboy stuff so good. The cowboy town. I'm watching this movie and I'm like, God, I want to play Red Dead Redemption again because there's so much of that.
Yeah.
That is based, once again, I said that these events, these happenings, these cowboy towns that are like very loose lawed, that's what we've built the foundation of like the cowboy story on in film and video games. So a lot of that stuff is just good fun.
And some of like the gambling too, and the entertainment back then.
The lifestyle.
It's like, this is fun.
It's the lifestyle, the Wild West. So things that I like about it: Wild West, cowboys, history. Doc Holliday rocks. He's a very
so good,
like unrealistic character, but I mean, he's awesome. He's like a video game character himself. He's so over the top. Exactly. His the way his dialect, his speech, all about it is really fun stuff. I like the element that like everyone knows Wyatt and Doc, like how their reputation precedes them. I think the mayor literally says that straight to Wyatt Earp's face, and he just brushes him off at the theater. Yeah. So I think that's just really cool because they're such swinging dicks. Everyone knows their name, even in this world where there's no such thing as social media or the internet. Everyone knows them because of their reputation. The vibes.
It's a good point.
Vibes. Other the things that I didn't like. I also had a gripe with the Maddie character. It's a rough one. She stinks, and there's like, it's just not all that fleshed out to why they're even together for a lot of it, to be honest. And
you're saying you didn't like her doing the opium throughout the movie and sneaking it?
That's what I mean. It's just like, that she's just that person who gets angry. The other wives are pretty relegated to the back seat too. You don't know anything about them. Like the one they give any kind of insight into is Maddie, and she's just the opium addict. I already said there's a good deal of corn in this, so maybe you can hold it back from being like a very serious movie. It's more cartoonish in ways.
And you said that, Dad. We were talking earlier this week, and Austin, he said that. He said Wyatt Earp with Kevin Costner kind of tried to do it a little bit more serious.
Yeah, sure.
But go on, Dad. Yeah, I would love to hear more about that.
Griff, they went into the back. They went into before he got to Tombstone. They actually show that his wife had died of she had died of a disease. She caught some like a scarlet fever. I can't remember. Somebody will correct me on this, but she died of some type of fever, and he just kind of lost his mind. He went and he started doing all these illegal things, and they had to push him out of town. And then he ended up becoming a marshal, a sheriff.
Sorry, I missed this. This is Wyatt Earp, his story?
Wyatt Earp.
Okay.
Wyatt Earp. And he did that, Austin, because he didn't care. He didn't care if he was alive or not. So he was really bold. He went in and did things because he didn't care. And when you don't care about your life,
abandonment.
Exactly. You make a lot of bad decisions, but in this case it worked out for the man, and he became, like you said, he became a household name from it.
Yeah. And I think something with Westerns, Wild West movies, I think it actually benefits from a bit of like cartoonish stuff, that is a stretch of the truth. Maybe the realism that still works, but I think it's fun to be over the top with cowboys. I think that's a lot of fun as well. So overall, solid movie, fun watch, 3.5 out of 5. Pretty good rating for me.
Very nice.
I like
Very
it.
nice.
Definitely enjoyed it.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Heck yeah, boys.
Now we're into it, and Mike already gave us a warning here. He might just keep rolling on, and
Might keep
if
going.
he does, guys, don't make fun of him. He's an old man. He can't remember everything. He loses his place.
I may just lose my stuff here.
Well, let's give it to him. Favorite scenes, Mikey.
Thank you, Austin. Guys, the scene that I love is there's an introduction to Doc and to Kate. Okay. And the scene, it's with Ed Bailey. They're playing poker. Okay. Ed Bailey, if you don't know, that's Frank Stallone. That's Sylvester Stallone's brother. Okay. Val Kilmer, he says to Val Kilmer, Ed does, he goes, hey, 500, are you in or you out? Real bold to him, but like, come on, let's go. And he says, 500. He goes, 500. That must be a real peach of a hand. and I just love how he says, come on. You're either in or you're out.
Yeah.
Doc says, Ed, you look like you're about to burst. He does it. He puts in the 500. He drops this hand. He's got he says, he goes, isn't that a peach of a hand? There's our boy, a peach of a hand.
Daisy, peaches and daisies.
Yes. Oh, gosh. And Ed just loses his shit. He said, that's 12 in a row you won. Blah, blah, blah. There's no way you're that lucky. There's no way you're that good. Why, Ed, are we cross? And he just, I just love that scene. And then
now we can be friends again. He puts his guns up.
He puts his pistols down, and then you see Frank Stallone, see Ed jump over the table and he stabs him, and then kind of wipes off it. Oh gosh. That's an introduction.
They grab more money on the way out the door, and he says, like, by my calculation, this is done, or this town's done.
This town's done, and he goes, oh, now I know why you're not wearing a bustle. He's just.
I said bustle or lack thereof. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah. I love that scene. That's one of my favorite as well.
It's a great scene. It's a great scene.
Well, there's a moment there where you're like, Val Kilmer. I'm thinking Top Gun. Right?
Yeah.
And then I see this guy and I'm like, But very quickly you're like, okay, I'm riding with this character. It's over the top. It's too much, but it's great.
In his voice is just, it's so cool. And how they have him, he's always sweaty because, we had tuberculosis. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And just how he looks tired all the time. And you're like, is he going to fall out? Is he going to drop? But he just keeps going, and he's got that gumption. You just love that about him.
Yeah, I somehow missed that in like the opening scene where they just spell it out and tell you that he has tuberculosis.
Yeah.
And I'm watching him throughout the whole movie. It's like,
Why is he
He's
sweating
dying.
like that?
It was like he's
Yeah,
dying.
how did you? Yeah, because they said at the beginning they're like, "Yeah, he moved to a drier climate trying to escape his tuberculosis."
See, I didn't hear that part, but as soon as I saw him, it's like he's dying. Like he's dying throughout this.
Yeah. I'm in my prime.
Yeah,
you look it.
Yeah, you look it, guys. Great scene with Wyatt where he walks into the Oriental.
Oh yeah,
he sees Johnny Tyler. Johnny Tyler's bullying the dealer. And
Billy Bob. They should have just kept his name.
Billy.
Yeah, they should have just kept him Billy Bob. and I love. Billy Bob's heavy in this. I mean, it's hard to believe.
I've never seen him that big.
He was a big cat.
Thick. He's looking like the prospector in this.
Yeah.
Thing.
Hey, something on your mind?
Stinky Pete.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Want you to know that you're in my chair. Is that a fact? That's a fact. And then he says, is that a fact? And he says, he goes, you're pretty brave for a man that doesn't go heel. No need to go heeled to get a bulge on a dub like you. I had to write this down because I've messed this.
So what does that mean?
It basically saying you're a little fat ass is what he's saying. He's saying, hey, you're just a little fat ass.
Well, what does heeled mean? Was he talking about the way
heeled means you don't have he didn't have a gun.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't carrying a gun, Austin.
Okay, gotcha.
For a man that don't go heeled, you run your mouth kind of reckless, don't you? No need to go heeled on a budge on a dub like you. Okay.
Gotcha.
Is that a fact? That's a fact. Well, I'm real scared. Damn right you're scared. I can see it in your eyes. All right now. And he says, all right, mister, I'm getting kind of tired of all this, and then just smacks the dog shit out of him. And he says, I'm getting tired of this. He says, now jerk those pistols and go to work. Smacks him again, just knocks the hell out of him.
Almost like punch slaps too.
Oh,
he's getting
man,
a lot of palm.
Oh, he said, I said, throw down, boy. Smack.
Yeah, that's
you're going to do something or you're just going to stand there and bleed. And you're like,
God, that's
oh my
good.
God.
Yeah, just called him out, dropped his balls on the table.
Really good.
Then he grabs him like a little boy, and he grabs him by his ear and runs him out the front of the bar, to those doors that flap open, and kicks him in the ass.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
why not?
Why not?
you know why? Because he could. Because he could.
Dang. There you go.
25% sound all right? Sound about right?
That was great, man.
That was good.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great scene. Yeah, really good. Another good scene, guys, is we see Ike. Why Ike? I just love the way Doc says, why Ike? He says to him, hey, law dog, we don't put up with that around here.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, yeah, being, he was a marshal. And he says, dude, I'm retired now. Good. And he's still yelling in his ear. And he's like, kind of heard enough of you.
That's Miles Quaritch. I couldn't even tell looking at it.
I had no idea when I was watching. I'm just seeing it now.
Those back home
yeah.
who do not
that's Stephen Lang. Yeah. Guys, so then Ringo says, you must be Doc Holliday. You retired too? And Austin, to your point, he's sweaty. He goes,
in my prime.
No, I'm in my prime. Yeah, you look it. You must be Ringo. And he looks at Kate. Look, darling, Johnny Ringo, the deadliest pistolteer since Wild Bill, they say.
Hey, in Vino Veritas, eh?
Right? Yes, yes. I was going to get to that. Please. What do you think, darling? Should I hate him? You don't even know him. No, that's true. But you don't know. There's something about him. Something around the eyes. I don't know. Reminds me of me.
No. I'd say my dad likes the quotes, Oss. What do you think?
No,
I told you might get rolling, right?
Hey, I'm on one. No, sure of it. I hate him. He's drunk, says Wyatt. They begin to speak Latin. Yeah. And they're going back and forth. And
give us the Latin quotes too.
I don't have them, but I want to say this: when you see Johnny spinning the gun, and then you see You see Doc do what he does with his little, his little.
What a great way to diffuse that situation.
That's so
too,
awesome.
right?
Yeah.
It was such
That's one of the best scenes of the whole movie for sure.
There's no doubt. It kind of diffused the whole thing.
Yeah.
But just remember this scene. This kind of starts the scene for later on because these two are building up, who's the BDP.
They're the gunslingers.
Yeah. Austin, I got 2 more and then I'll turn it over.
Yeah. Just don't quote the whole scene.
Ah!
Oh. What do you want, Ringo? I want blood. I want your souls. And I want them both right now.
Yeah.
I don't want any more trouble. Well, you got trouble. And it starts with you. I'm not going to fight you, Ringo. There's no money in it. That's what Wyatt says.
Yeah.
Okay? Sober up. Come on, boys. You wretched slugs. Don't any of you have the guts to play for blood? And guys, I'm going to quote what it's supposed to be. I'll be your hucklebearer is what he really says. Okay? Not huckleberry.
You sure? Really?
100% sure. It's hucklebearer. Hucklebearer was, hey, I'll be your bearer I'll be carrying your casket is what it means. Okay? All right? And then he says, all right, Lunger, you can go to hell. He said, I'll put you out of your misery. Best line of the whole damn movie. Say when. Say when. And you see him with that gun wrapped around his back. And he's just his posture. That to me is the best scene. That when he's got that confidence and he's got, dude, I'm going to blast you right here in front of everybody and put you in your place. And then you see a great, you see a great performance by, what's his name? Guys, help me here.
Curly Bill.
Curly Bill, what's Curly Bill's? His Powers Booth. He puts on one hell of a performance. Oh, he's just drunk, y'all. He's just drunk. And then you see him knock over a casket and all that. And he goes, good God, what would happen if I weren't here and you were running this show? It's just a great line from Curly Bill. Guys, I'm going to give you all the one for the end. I think it's a great one. But let me throw this one at you. Morgan's dead. Wyatt pulls up and says, hey, I want you to know that this is over.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Curly Bill says, well, bye. You smell, and Ringo, you smell that, Bill? Smells like somebody died. Mm-hmm. And it's just, oh, shit. The first time I saw it, I went, oh my God, they're getting ready to go back at it again. You just think Wyatt is there's no way he's going to take that.
It's like that Morris Day little line walking by.
Nice call, Austin.
But Austin, there's no remorse on Wild Bill or Ringo. They don't care.
Nope.
They don't care at all. Screw that. And you just see Wyatt keep his composure, and then you see him later on what he does to Ike. Guys, I'm telling you, I spent almost 4 hours watching this movie. I've written down every line.
We can tell.
Yeah.
Well, who cares? But I loved it.
Hell, he started saying the line. I didn't even know what scene he was talking about half the time.
Gosh, man.
Well, hey, you need to watch this movie again.
Yeah.
I mean,
watch it again.
Austin, I think for my sake, we've got to do great lines in the movie in here somewhere. So there's so many. Okay.
Hey, you've given us the whole. I think you've actually recited the whole movie, so we already got all the lines.
The whole screenplay is in
guys.
Here. We might get copyright.
I've got the very end where the two of them go at it, and that's
one of the best scenes in the movie is when we actually get to see the showdown between Doc Holliday and Johnny Ringo. Yeah. So Doc Holliday comes out of the shadows, finds the sucker, and says, hey, man.
He can't make it.
Yeah, he's ready to go. Yeah. Ringo's like, I was just playing, man. I wasn't.
I wasn't.
Yeah. And he's just ready to go, and he gets that, say when. Say when.
Well,
he's just ready to go.
He also tells him that it's legal, and he shows him his Marshall badge.
Oh yeah, that was funny too. How's it feel to wear one of those? Yeah. I mean, but it's great because Doc, he's going down, he's dying. He was just bedridden. Next thing you know, he's in this little shootout. Who has the fastest pull? Who's the quicker trigger? Next thing you know, what's he say, Dad? Doesn't he? Does he literally say when right before he grabs it and caps the guy? He says something to him right as he does it.
He says, "Hey, I didn't think you had it in you." And then all of a sudden he sees with Doc Holliday, and he says, "Hey, this fight isn't with you. This isn't with you, Holliday." And he goes, "I beg to differ. We started something that we didn't finish. And then he turns into, "Hey, this is you said it's about blood, and he said,
yeah.
and
God,
then
that's good.
And then finally he just eggs him on. He goes, "Okay, let's do it." That's the goofiest line I think in the whole movie. Okay, let's do it. It just doesn't seem right.
Well, that is a great scene, and you get to see Doc Holliday be the BA and finish the job. Amazing scene. Another little fun scene, I think, is actually when we're in the theater and we get to see, give me a Billy Zane. Give me one of those, Dad.
Oh, Billy Zane, the prettiest man alive.
Yeah, you get to see him up there, and they're shooting a gun right by his head to scare him off, and he's just like,
it doesn't even faze the prettiest man
when
alive.
The juggler was just up there, they're shooting at us.
They went after him, but they fire.
Griffin, what was Billy Zane's name in the movie?
It was Fabian, Mr. Fabian.
Yes,
Yeah,
I didn't know if you'd remember Mr. Fabian. What a name! Perfect name.
But he gives them this performance, and like you can tell, all of these kind of more like I guess surly cowboys are like, "Oh my God, this is actually great." And I forget what Curly Bill says, but he's like, "That's the stuff we like." It's something really funny.
I like when they asked that Billy Breckenridge guy, like, "What do you think, Billy?" or whatever the hell they call him, because he's just.
Oh, I think he's wonderful.
Yeah, what Billy Breckenridge was thinking.
I thought that was great. Yeah.
But I just like, he said, that's the stuff we like. And they're just all into it. Like, whoa! Yeah. I thought that was so funny. Another amazing scene is when we get to see Doc Holliday on his deathbed. He's going out. It's gut-wrenching, but, Wyatt Earp comes and visits his old friend, and he gets to go, "Man, you are my friend," and all of that good stuff. And
how you feeling, Doc?
Yeah,
I'm dying, Wyatt.
Yeah, but he hands him that little, I guess it's like a script or something. I don't even know.
It was the story of Doc Holliday.
Yeah. It was my friend, Doc Holliday. So I thought that was awesome. He got that little moment, and it's
no
beautiful.
normal life, just life.
Yeah, that was great.
That's the line I took.
It's amazing when he says, "Wyatt, if you ever cared anything about me, you'll leave right now. Please." And he just, it's so intense, but
feels funny.
He does it. Yeah.
And he breathes out his last breath.
It's a great moment though. And he had just gotten Johnny Ringo, so he had it. Great stuff. I'm just going to throw two more out. When Morgan Earp gets killed and we see Wyatt run into the streets, he's got blood all over him. It's raining. He's just losing it. He's ready to kill, man. It is on, baby. And I know he says, this battle's done, but hell no, it wasn't done. He was ready to rock, man.
I had some corn from that scene, to be honest, when he runs out.
You thought it was corny?
Well, when he goes, "Can't you see? Get away from me!" And then Josephine runs away immediately. It was like, God damn it.
Hey, well, if you thought that was corny, how about when our one boy, old poor Fred White, gets killed by Curly Bill, and Wyatt goes out there and apprehends Curly Bill. Next thing, Ike's going, "You better release him." He puts a gun right up to his forehead. They're like, "He won't shoot." Yeah, he will.
He's not buffing.
I'll make your head a canoe.
Yeah. He's not buffing.
Yeah, he's not buffing.
I'm telling you what, Stephen Lang pulls that scene off, guys. He plays Ike as good or better. Man, he's a great actor.
Yeah, he's the little sniveling thing, but that's a great scene, man. So I'll leave it there. I know we're kind of rambling, but there are a million great scenes. There really are. Again,
it's nonstop.
This movie thrives on its dialogue. And like you said, Austin, some of the scenes are just so great.
Yeah.
What you got, Oz?
Shit, you guys didn't leave me one, but
Hey, I got one more.
well, here you go. Let me give you this because
do it.
I don't want you to steal another one of them.
Nah.
I like when Wyatt first sees Josephine when she arrives and you hear Doc.
Excellent.
Yeah, nice call.
Enchanting moment or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Enchanting moment. Yeah. That and then the whole oak dialogue. You are an oak. And then he's like, oh, some oak, all right. In the next scene, because he's, getting caught up in it all. So I think that stuff's really good.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And then here's my, of the ones that we didn't really cover, probably my favorite scene is when Wyatt is, not Wyatt, but God damn it. Doc is just hurting bad. You can tell. Yeah. He's like, I'm going with you. I'm going with you. And he's like, Wyatt Earp is my friend. He's like, I have plenty of friends. Someone says that. And he's like, I don't. So that I think that's just Doc Holliday is the MVP. Let's just get there of this movie.
He's so good.
And that was just another reason that just further solidifies.
Where is Wyatt? He's back there walking on water.
Yeah, God, that's awesome too. My God. Hey, something else you mentioned it, Dad, but when he and Johnny Ringo start speaking Latin, that was super cool, man. This both two educated men out in the Wild West, and oh my God, I mean that was just epic. They're doing that. It was funny. I was watching it with Hope, and she went, "Oh, what are they saying?" She thought it was Spanish. I was like, "That's Latin right now." You could tell they were doing their whole thing.
Well, they're parallels, They're on the other side of the law.
What was great is he said, "That's Latin, darling. Now I know I hate him." He's an educated man. Now I know I hate him.
Yeah, God, that's good.
God, it's so good.
It's so good. Austin, do you have anything to say about? I feel like this is kind of a scene that would hit your fancy. What about when Wyatt Earp and Josephine are in that garden and they're kind of chatting about life and what he wants out of life and all that?
I think it's done well. I had my gripes with Almost Famous and that spiritual fairiness to whatever the hell her name is again.
Penny Lane.
Penny Lane. This, it made a lot more sense to me in that just kind of she's definitely different than the ladies of that time. And her dream, she wants to travel around. Where I got some corn, though, is when Wyatt goes back to Maddie and says, hey, you want to go and have room service everywhere? And just immediately gets shut down. He's just so cranked up.
Forget about it.
Yeah, I know.
Just forget about it.
Like a little boy. Yeah. So, no, I thought that was good. That scene is fun.
Well, she's just so funny.
I thought during that scene, he actually looked a lot like Willoughby from his son. He looked like
oh God, that's funny.
Some of his.
Oh, there you go.
He shook his. I don't know. He shook his head in that way, like Willoughby.
That's funny.
Yep. All right, let's move on, fellas. Right?
Let's do it. Let's do it. What you got, Pops?
Once again, Mike.
Let's hear it.
All right, boys. I think you missed a few, but that's all right.
Damn.
Favorite
find
character?
a way to fit them in.
Oh, I will. Favorite character of the movie? I mean, it's obvious. It's Doc Holliday. I mean, Val Kilmer. It's his most iconic role.
Yes, sir.
I mean, guys, this man started with real genius. That tells you how far this guy came along. I mean, he was in the same
ode to real genius with the coins through the fingers too.
Yes, and that was great for the poker scene. I loved it. I loved it. So, we see Doc where he falls out. I thought that was a great scene, one of his better scenes that really showed what he's got. Where he's on the ground, and then you hear Wyatt saying, "Oh my God, we got to get him back to his room." And then, of course, Ike's famous line, and good. I hope you die. You hear that from him. I thought it was just it was just awful. But Doc Holliday's definitely the man. He had the most memorable lines. Obviously, I love when Wyatt comes in. How you feeling, Doc? I'm dying, Wyatt. And he tells Wyatt, live for me. And he thanks. You see Wyatt, he thanks Doc for everything, and then he walks out on him, after he tells him, hey, you need to leave. Sixth man of the movie, guys. I went back and forth. I had two of them. I'll give you my one. I think it's Ike. Why?
Oh, nice.
Listen now here, Mr. Texas or Mr. Kansas law dog. Law don't go around here. Savvy.
Savvy?
Yeah, I'm retired. And then but as soon as it was just the timing of him was great. Stephen Lang says, I'm retired. He goes, I'm retired. Good. He doesn't even finish saying retired. He's like, good. And yells in his ear. And you could see Wyatt like, oh man, I'm getting ready to bust your ass. I thought without Ike's such a weasel, even in the scene where they have the gunslinger scene, here he's, I don't have a gun.
Okay, the OK Corral. Yeah, I was about to say, that's a huge scene, too.
I don't have a gun. And you see him at the train station. I don't even have a gun, And then you see Wyatt going, man, I've let you off the hook too many times. I want you to go back and tell everybody that hell's coming. And he takes his spur and just grinds it right there on his face. And I'm like, oh, yes. I am so jacked up. I'm like, oh, yes, finally got his ass, And the whole time, you're going, God, just shoot him. Just get him. And they never get him. And you see him at the end. He even throws his red sash, his cowboy sash, off because he's such a wimp. He's like, oh, I don't have a gun. I don't have my sash. No, anything. He always seemed to be the guy that got away. Yeah. Sad sack of the movie, guys. And I've got to tell you, I had two others, and my brother just ripped me.
There's about a million sacks in this thing.
According to my brothers, there's only one. And he said, you have to go with this. And I had two different
I'm interested now.
My brother said, why? Johnny Tyler, where do you think you're going with that shotgun? Johnny Tyler. Oh, boy.
Damn you. That was mine.
Slapped
he
around
is
Billy
definitely
Bob's fat ass.
I mean, he gets slapped around. Think about this, guys. You get slapped around.
How did you have anyone other than Johnny Tyler?
I had two others.
Oh, there's plenty.
Yeah, don't say it yet.
No, you guys get them. You guys. But Johnny Tyler, I mean, think about it. This guy gets slapped around, bleeding in front of everybody that he had been bullying and telling them for weeks whatever he wanted to do. Then you see him running out with a shotgun. You see Doc go, hey, Johnny Tyler, where do you think you're going with that shotgun? And then he says something he goes, Wyatt Earp, it's great to see you. And he goes, what Wyatt Earp? Yeah. And you just see like a little boy, like, oh, shit, I almost ran up on Wyatt Earp. And Wyatt.
Yeah, I'm playing with that.
Yeah, so then the great line is when Doc looks at him. Oh, Johnny, forgot all about you over there. You can leave. You can leave now. Yeah. And then Wyatt says, and leave that shotgun. Yeah. And he's like gonna do it. And he's like, he was gonna hand it to him. He said, here, sir. I mean, he called him sir after he beat the hell out of him. Yeah. So he's definitely, guys, he's the sad sack of the movie.
He at least knew his place.
My brother's right.
Yeah.
Well done.
Griff.
You know me? Well, again, I wish I could add some variety, but let's be frank. Doc Holliday is the best character of this movie for about a million reasons. All the gambling, all the poker, all the prowess. The scene where he gets told that he really is dying, about 60% of his lung tissue's gone, needs to quit smoking, drinking, and banging, and what happens? Old Kate gives him a cig and then starts doing something else to him. What did he say, Dad? Didn't he go, didn't he call her like
a good woman?
Yeah.
Then again, you might be
the
Antichrist.
You might be the Antichrist.
You might be the Antichrist. And he's just, I mean, that's so good. My God. Yeah. So Doc Holliday's the best character of the movie. Six Man for me, I'm actually going to kind of go off the beaten path a little bit too, I think. Johnny Ringo. I love that guy. I think he is just so interesting.
Fantastic, Griffin.
And, I mean, you mentioned it, Dad, where they shoot the priest. I think Johnny Ringo – is Johnny Ringo the one who pulls the trigger on the priest?
He shoots him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, I just loved how he's like, nah, what he's talking about is this. And he goes into it, and it's just got this real power to it, the way he says it. Yeah, he said, like, You know,
It
the
just-
pale
it
horse and all that.
It
crap.
gives the movie gas. Once he
Yeah.
does that, it's like, oh, here we
It
go.
gives it gas, and the tension that's built up when he's twirling his gun, and then when Doc does it back. I mean, Johnny Ringo, I just think he's a really powerful character. They say, "Oh, how would you do that?" When they're talking about like selling your soul, he said, "I already did it." I mean, that's great too. So Johnny Ringo's my 6th man. Sad sack. I was in the same boat where I was gonna have our guy Johnny Tyler. That was gonna be mine too, but you know what? I'm going to go with old Sheriff. Is it Behan? Is that how you say it, Dad?
That makes sense.
You talking
Behan.
about, you talking about the guy that got shot or the one
I'm
that's
talking
with
about
the Cowboys?
I'm talking about the fella who he is like he's messing with Josephine or thinks
yes,
he
that's
is.
Behan.
Behan.
Yeah.
Behan's a sad sack because like the moment things get tense and they're like, "You're in charge, man. You got to do something." He's like, "I'm not in charge. That's not me. That's our boy Fred White." So he wanted no part of that business. And also he's trying to lay it down on Josephine and what she do. And she ain't got no time for that guy. So I think end of the day, he kind of wanted to make himself out to be one of these BDPs, but he very soundly was not. So I'd say he's my sad sack.
All right. My turn.
Let's get it, Austin.
Number 1, Mr. Doc Holliday. Nothing else to say about him.
Is this the first time we've ever had a shutout on best character?
I don't think we've ever done that.
I think
I
we
mean,
probably
there's just
have
no
somewhere.
denying it.
Yeah, he is undeniable. He's great. Too damn good all the way through. Like I said, there's really nothing else to say about him. One thing about this movie, as we're going through these characters that I think maybe is a knack, is like it is filled with characters. We have so many different like antagonists and protagonists.
I mean,
who
dude,
slip in
we haven't
and
even
slip out.
spoken. We haven't even spoken about Sam Elliott. I mean, that's how many characters we have, and
We haven't
how
talked
many
about
amazing
him, Bill
performances.
Paxton. I mean,
We haven't talked about Bill Paxton,
we haven't
Sam
talked about Curly
Elliott,
Bill all that much, to be honest.
Powers Booth. We haven't talked about Dana
Michael
Delaney
Rooker
enough.
as the Sherman McMaster. No, I mean, there's all
Yeah.
kinds of
And
people.
and the star of this movie, you all know who that is. Billy Zane.
Billy Zane.
Thomas Hayden's in this one. Did you know this, boys? Guess who else is in this movie?
Who
See
is
if you all know. Wyatt Earp III.
Oh, I read that. I did read that. That's
was he?
funny.
Just,
He's a 5th cousin.
Yeah,
Fifth
Wyatt-
cousin.
Billy
John
Corbett.
Corbett. John Corbett's in this one. He's the one from Sex and the City. Thomas Hayden. He's he's a character actor. We had Frank Stallone, of course. I mean, the ladies that were in it. One of the ladies that was in it, she was in Ray Donovan. If you remember that one, guys,
Yeah.
she's fantastic. She plays the wife of Sam Elliott, Virgil. She's fantastic. I mean, the little scenes that she has, I thought she really carried it.
Well, all right.
Sorry, Os.
That's okay.
Sorry,
guys.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's all right. I got us rolling on the tangent. 6 man. I'm going to give it to Kate. I think Kate is
she's good.
great. She's awesome
Very
as
good,
that
Austin.
sidekick to the best character in the movie.
Yeah.
I was thinking Josie, but I feel like Josie's probably like, she's right there with the top characters. I'd give it to you on her side. I honestly did like Billy Breckenridge just for those little scenes and those times. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Or like, he was just funny, goofy little guy. And how about Mr. Fabian, your fella?
Yeah.
I liked him as well. Sad sack. As I mentioned, there's plenty to go around here. How about old Prospector Ike? Because he looks like the Prospector too at some times.
Yeah.
Pulling his head out of that barrel.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a coward throughout the entire thing. How about Professor Gilman, who's the juggler who first gets shot at the
That's good.
the theater? He's one. I mean, Mr. Fabian, here he comes again. That's a sack. He shows
That's
up.
who I had.
They killed him.
Yeah.
How about McMaster? Lasso just dragging him through the dirt.
Yeah, God.
That's
a tough
That
scene.
was rough, yeah.
Maddie gets it rough throughout this
Yeah,
thing. She is
she
a
does.
sack.
She's
And
a
then
sad
just in the
sack.
post credits, she died from a drug overdose. In the narration. That's the history.
Yeah, Robert
first.
Mitchum. Yeah.
Well, even in real life, apparently, after all this went down, Wyatt Earp was supposed to meet up with her somewhere, like send her a postcard of where he went to. He never sent it. He just left her in the dust, and she did end up they didn't know if it was a suicide or just a drug overdose, but somewhere on her deathbed, apparently she said, Wyatt Earp ruined my life or something like that. And for a long time, apparently Wyatt Earp and Josephine tried to bury even the history surrounding her. And it only came out in some kind of story that someone found or something that was written where she said that.
Ouch.
But my number one sad sack.
Ouch. Oh, you didn't even already pick it?
I haven't even
Let's
picked
hear it.
it.
Number one.
They got old Fred White. Fred White's the sad sack.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fred.
I got to do something.
Oh, poor Fred. Wow.
Curly
Harry
Bill.
Carey Jr. is his name.
Curly Bill, you got to give me those guns.
This is horrible. This is terrible.
And he just walks.
It's like pistol whipping a blind kid out
I
here.
know.
Yeah, it was
he's
pretty bad.
It's how sad and and then you hear the comment. They got old Fred White. Poor bastard. I love that guy. He could have been my sixth man too, to be honest.
Yeah, he's good.
Or that bartender. God, there's so many characters in this damn thing.
Man, well, it's a shame because I read that Curly Bill, apparently it actually was like a misfired gun that killed Fred White.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying that it really wasn't intentional. And even Curly Bill was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to kill him. But,
Yeah, but I'm on morphine and
yeah.
I feel capital.
I feel great.
Capital, yeah. What about that was like an Avatar 3 or whatever. That scene where they're doing all the
Stephen
drugs
Lang,
or whatever.
There we go.
Quaritch, talk about Quaritch.
Quaritch and what was Varang?
Varang.
And the man Quan.
Man Quan. God, Austin said that like 15 times in a row that one day. Man Quan.
It was about 3, but yeah, I fucked it up about 2 of the times.
Yeah, he got mispronounced and it was so good. Man Quan.
All right, themes and things, fellas.
Take it, Pops.
Rocket.
How about big mustaches? How
They
about
made sure they were real too, apparently.
Yes. How about Earp Brothers? How about poker? How about retirement? How about cowboys? How about Lauderman? How about Boot Hill, Wells Fargo, Birdcage Theater, Grand Hotel, Red Slashes? How about gambling, Oriental Saloon, Faust and the Devil? And I didn't get to mention it, but cigarettes. That scene where Val Kilmer's got the cigarette in his mouth the whole time, he's saying, say when. Say, he keeps pulling that, say when, Oh, that's just, gosh, it's such a cool scene. Yeah. But those are mine, guys.
Yeah. What's he say that? You'd be a daisy if you do.
You'd be a daisy if you did.
Yeah, if you did. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to
Or
say. Wild West, baby.
Be a daisy if you do. That's
be a daisy if you do.
How about bustle or lack thereof?
Oh, yeah.
Peaches and daisies. How about desk pops? In the theater, they all start shooting.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
You know, no one would have been able to hear for days.
They were happy as hell. Just
That's
blasting.
so funny, man.
That was great.
An oak tree. I'd say he's about as hard as an oak tree, right?
Bang.
What about Peacemaker, his gun?
Oh,
Yes.
Yep.
There you
Changing your tune with Wyatt. He switches up. He goes to law enforcement. And you know what? This was a gripe of mine. He has this reputation, and he's acting like he ever took one man's life. I don't know if I believe that. He has this.
Yeah, it's true.
That doesn't make any sense. How about Wyatt Earp and his immortals?
Yep.
Friendship, brotherhood, Lunger, tuberculosis, which is actually, spoiler, if you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2 yet, your main character, Arthur Morgan, throughout that movie or throughout that video game, at some point you get diagnosed with tuberculosis and
They stole it.
you end up dying at the end.
I didn't know that.
You end up dying at the end. So I had heard Lunger before because of that. It's it plays right on this. And how about piano bar? A lot of piano playing in this too, which I think is something that we've maybe missed on a little bit. But just
he is a nocturne.
It just adds to the
that's a great line.
The differentness to Doc
that Stephen
Holliday and his
Foster?
character. Yeah. All right, guys.
Here, Walker, he's going.
Let's rock on in.
Yes, sir.
No sense in delaying any further.
Yes, sir.
Guys, it's Tombstone.
Oh, Dad, get ready.
Better with
Woo!
Nicolas
Yeah!
Cage. Quadruple.
Nick Cage, baby.
I don't care if any of those fellas have tuberculosis. It ain't taking them.
God dang, they'd have found the cure real
Not
quick,
a shotgun
man.
shot to the back through the window. That arm would be moving fine. He'd be like what it was, his left arm? He'd still have that Michael Vick arm after it. Old Virgil after it.
Oh, Virgil.
He's like the Terminator.
He'd still be holding his one with 2 hands, man.
Speaking of Terminator, how about Michael Bain?
Bain. Yeah, he was the Terminator. Yeah, he was in it. He was in the original.
Yeah.
There you go.
He was
All
also
right,
in
boys.
Navy SEALs. He was
Give
a
it
good
to me,
one.
Mike.
All right, boys.
Tear it.
I thought about this long and hard.
Whoa!
Okay.
Like an oak.
And like an oak. But guys, who would you want to see Nick Cage play opposite of in this movie? So who would you want to see as adversary?
There's plenty of adversaries, Mike. Just
There's only one, in my opinion. I want to see him go up against Val Kilmer. I just want to see
Johnny Ringo.
I want to see that dialogue.
Okay.
And all I kept thinking was, God, could you imagine Nick Cage being Johnny Ringo and him saying Lunger, and well, let's do it. He would have that scene. And I'm sorry, I've seen this movie probably 25 times, guys. And every time I see it, I just cringe when I go, let's do it. I cannot imagine.
He went,
I just cannot imagine Nick Cage effing that up. He would be like, let's do it. He would have had that Castor Troy look, and it would have been on. And when he got shot in the head, it wouldn't have been, it'd have been like, he would have gone down in a blaze of glory, man. It would have been, and he would have gone kicking and screaming. It would have just been,
yeah.
You might have turned into flames.
He might have turned into Johnny Blaze. He might have.
Oh, my gosh.
Who do you have, Griff?
I'm in a similar boat. Again, to answer the question, obviously this movie is better with Nick Cage. No doubt. This man, he might as well have been born for this role. I think that Nick Cage could be a really great Curly Bill myself. I think Curly Bill kind of fits his persona a little bit more.
Capital.
You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot more flourish. The whole, that's the stuff we like. You could imagine he's coming out of that tent, Dad. He might do the Castor Troy head shake. He might go crazy. Yeah. He'd be feeling it. He'd be shooting those guns. Fred Wyatt, it wouldn't have been no upturn the gun. He'd have just capped the dude, and he'd have probably ran off on a horse or something.
Sacked him
with his gold guns.
Yeah, he might have capped him in the nuts, Austin. Who knows? I think Nick Cage would be an awesome Curly Bill, because again, Curly Bill just kind of has the personality that I think fits Nick Cage's style a little bit more than Ringo myself. So that's what I'd like to see, and we'd all love to get a Nick Cage with a big old mustache too. So I think that would be just about dang perfect, having Nick Cage in that adversarial role as Curly Bill.
I think you make a really good point, Mike, with Johnny Ringo, but I think you got to lean more into the supernaturalism of that, and you actually make him a bit of like a devil character. So he is that Johnny Blaze a bit more. He is the Apocalypse Rider, the white horses, right? You kind of lean into that a bit more, because that was cool. They didn't do much with that after it, but make him more a bit of that, just that devil type character. But number one and only, he's Curly Bill.
Curly Bill.
That's the character for him. That's perfect.
Okay.
You stole me right away with it.
You didn't disappoint me. Yes, sir.
Capital. I just love that. That was great. It's like, that's Nicholas. That's
Nicholas.
our guy. That's our guy.
Get up, Nick.
Wouldn't hate him as Doc Holliday either. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But I don't know if you can touch that role. couple other
Yeah.
cats I just want to, give them a little bit of flowers are, well, shit, now I can't even find them. It's old Jack Johnson and Texas Jack, the cats who joined their team.
Yeah,
guys.
Texas
Hey.
Jack.
Yeah.
Hey, watch your ear.
Yeah, I know. Those cats were good. This is through the law. I got to have your guns anyways, fellas.
Hey, we're
that's great.
upstanding citizens. We're always for the law.
Yeah, I like Doc Holliday goes, yeah, we gotta, I forget what he says, but Behan's trying to say that they're an up and coming town
Real
or whatever.
civilized or something like
Yeah, he's
that.
a very civilized. Yeah, it's really funny, man. He's great. Heck yeah. Well,
give
good
us some-
movie. Good pick, or good pick, Dad.
It's very cosmopolitan.
That's what he says.
yeah, cosmopolitan.
He had it written down, didn't he? Well, give you your lines.
Hey, Creek, watch your ear.
What are your
So
lines, Mike?
here's some lines, guys. I've got to run through. Well, bye from Curly Bill. We love that one. And then when they shoot all the Mexican, he goes, Curly Bill says, and I don't know if you all caught this. Looks like we win. Did you all hear that?
I did. That was good.
And Doc Holliday, when he's going against Thomas Hayden, he goes, dude, you're so drunk, you're seeing two of me. And he goes, he's got his gun out, and he pulls his up, and he goes, I got two guns, one for each of you.
Yeah, that's good. That one does kind of slip through.
And we see Doc Holliday say to Johnny Ringo, well, Johnny Ringo, looks like somebody just walked over your grave. I thought that was a great line. And then I'll say when you're a daisy if you do. You tell me or tell them I'm coming and hell's coming with me. That was a great line from Wyatt Earp. And I beg to differ, sir. We started a game that we never started that we never started to finish. Play for blood, remember? Why, Kate, you're not wearing a bustle. Well, an enchanted moment. That's when I think that's when Doc says to Wyatt, he sees her get out of the
When he
stage.
sees her, yeah.
And
Must not have
then
been
this is the
listening.
one that I'm sorry. This is why I had to do this. Is your soul for sale, dear? Doc says to Kate. And then Doc says to Wyatt, he says, I'll be damned. You may indeed if you get lucky. Watch, I just thought that was great. He's watching her get out. And then I stand corrected, Wyatt, you're an oak. And then, two scenes later on, he's like, yeah, I sure am. I'm an oak,
Yeah.
Great scenes.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Did you all have any?
We've said them all.
Yeah, I think we
Believe
rocked
me,
it.
we've said them all for sure.
We have cleaned house.
Austin, thanks, bud. I love this movie. Thought it was great.
I had a lot of fun.
Good pick, Pops.
It's a lot of fun. Again, I think just about every movie you could nitpick. I think they did bust through some of the lines really quick. You have to know a lot of the history behind it. But I would encourage both of you, go watch Wyatt Earp, and you'll get to see some of the stuff that explains this movie a little bit better. And you get to see Dennis Quaid play Doc, and he plays it in a rougher, more I'm going to say a rougher, tougher way. He's not as funny, and he's more kind of just more of a savage Doc Holliday. I think you'll like that about him.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. We barely even talked about any of the Earps throughout
Oh,
this.
gosh, yeah.
It's
No,
just
I mean,
all Doc.
we were so caught up on Doc, and
It's
we're
just
so caught
Doc.
up on
It's Doc's
Wyatt.
show, man. I think that just speaks.
It
that
really
speaks for
is.
itself. It's what
Our
it is.
listeners are probably just going to thrash us for not talking more about
Yeah.
Well,
Bill
you
Paxton.
like
and-
that cool and steady of Wyatt, of course, but
Oh, yeah.
and like the supporting factor of his family, but Doc he's the show. He's the show.
But I will say this. Yeah, the Bill Paxton, the line that my brother and I have said, I bet we've said it for 30 years. I'll always say to my brother when I get ready to hang up, we're being silly on the phone, and I'll always say, don't let them get you, brother. Don't let them get you. That I thought that was a great line from Bill Paxton, because he thought you're the one. Don't let them get you, brother.
Remember that thing I said about seeing the light before you die? It ain't true.
It ain't
I can't see nothing.
What about Wyatt when Lady Satan walks in? Oh hell!
Yeah, that was good. That was so good. Yeah, man.
She
Great
tore him
stuff.
up, didn't she? She just tore him up. You know, they were at the
You don't
end
have
of
to worry. My family's rich.
46 years they were together.
That's pretty
Good for
awesome.
them. Rewrote history books.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, all right. Griff, what's up next?
Up next, guys. Here's the deal. We've had some serious ones in the house here at Purple. We are going back to 2006. And if you're bringing up a Will Ferrell movie, it better be a damn good one. This one is pretty damn good. Talladega Nights, baby.
The ballad.
Ricky Bobby. Shake and bake.
Shake it, bake.
That's all I got to say. We're going to watch Talladega Nights. We're going to have a great time. And, man, it is going to be fun as hell.
Shake it.
Get ready.
You bake it.
Shake it before you make it. John C. Reilly, too, that boy.
He's
Yep.
as funny as they
Tears
come.
it up.
Oh, my God. So, Talladega Nights, I'm ready. And everyone else should be,
You
too.
know we are.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Huh.
Perfect summer movie, too. We're on pace.
Yeah, when was the Daytona? Has it happened yet? Is it coming up? I'm not much
Oh,
of
I
a
have no
NASCAR
idea.
fella myself. And we got Sacha
No
Baron
idea.
Cohen. How about that?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. We got him up in there, too.
Not so bad. Well, this one's ran a little long, but we've had a little fun. We let Mike have his fun today, and I hope you had fun listening to him. We sure did.
Uh-huh.
Anything else left to say, fellas?
What you got, Dad? Anything?
That's it. Again, appreciate it, guys. This sure was fun. I love this movie, as you guys can tell. So,
Well,
looking forward to Talladega Nights. It's going to be
yes,
a fun
sir.
one.
Purple Podcast, baby.
yes, sir. Good stuff, fellas. Once again, if you've listened all the way through, thank you very much. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it dearly. That you'd be a daisy if you subscribe to us there. How about that? Well, love you guys. Keep living well. Keep doing your best. We'll be talking to you soon. And bye-bye.